Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Ring Diaries here at Church of Uganda Family TV with me, Fiona Mboa, where we talk about anything and everything to do with marriage. If you want a particular topic talked about or a particular person whose marriage you want to hear from, please reach out and let us share this together. We intend to make our marriages better by adding a stone anywhere that we can. And I keep telling us there's no expert in marriage. We just bring you real people sharing real experiences to make our marriages better. So there's no expert. However long we've been married, there's nothing like being an expert in marriage. Thank you very much for keeping on coming back to watch Ring Diaries. And today we are going to talk about preparing for a successful marriage, or what does it even mean to have a successful marriage. And to discuss that with us this evening is none other than Mrs. Bitwire Jessica.
Yes.
Who's been married for 44 years. I even cannot understand what 44 years looks like.
Well,
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It is a few years older than me in marriage. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time. How has 44 years been?
Viewers, I will first introduce myself,
Yes,
then I tell
please.
you. Yeah, viewers, it's nice being here to meet you and share. As Fiona says, there is no expert in marriage, but it is by God's grace. I'm Jessica Choshavire Bitwire. Yes, a born of Rukunjiri, but I stay in Entebbe. And I've been married for 44 years by God's grace.
Wow.
God's grace. Because I still have a feeling that all is led by prayer and trusting in God. And I'm married to a very handsome young at 73 years.
73.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm also young at 66 years.
Wow.
Yes. But by God's grace, every year we see it move and 20, 30, 40, now 44. Actually almost 45 because it will be in August.
That's
Yes.
close.
Yes.
How has it been?
It has been a good one with valleys and mountains, but because we put God first in our marriage, it worked for us. And what do I mean by saying putting God first in marriage? To have this marriage be successful, it begins way back to the parenting styles and skills.
Okay.
I would tell you, my mom mentored me, incidental I may say.
Okay. How did she do that?
You know, seeing what your mom is doing and you also do it, which we call incidental learning, of which today parents are actually not aware that they are the photocopies of their children. And the children begin learning from day one. She's seeing the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you welcome people, the way you serve them, the way you ill talk about yourself.
After they have left.
Exactly.
Yes.
And even how you ill talk maybe about your in-laws, which
About
me I
their
call it
father.
about their father, their mother. And I saw my mom calling the husband Mukamanji. The husband died before hearing his name in her mouth, Mukamanji. And whenever people would come, where is he? He was called Enoth Kagawa. Where is Enoth? Mukamanja achiryo wembuzi. Mukamanja alimu nashoromo omwani. So that word Mukamanje, it instilled in me that the man is a great thing, if I can call it that.
Like the
The man is almost next to God.
Because he's a lord of his own.
Exactly. And I would always ask myself, and this is a mother who was the first wife, and the husband had a second wife, but she was a wedded one. But I'm telling you, that word was enough to keep on clinging in my head. Whenever they would say, then when she's asking us, Mukama Anjisharahi, Jessica, Shri Marahi, Mukama Anjarahi, hey! That was enough.
You also want to have your own Mukama.
And I feel like maybe there is a way, something that he does that makes her feel like
and that respect.
That respect. Then I would keep on like, but he married another wife.
For you're seeing the wrong things.
I'm seeing the wrong things. He married the wrong. And she would keep on saying, don't talk about that. That is my own man. Don't talk about that man.
And she was grooming you, actually watching what was happening.
Watching. At one time, I would even want to fight my stepmother because of abusing sometimes my mom. But she would beat me. Say, never talk ill to that woman. Leave her. God will give her what she deserves. God. The one I don't see. The one I don't know where he is. So, from that, I knew a man is a man and set apart by God.
So what I'm trying to hear from what you're saying is, even before we get married,
exactly,
the preparation for a successful marriage starts right at home.
At home. Look at women today. They are backbiting their husbands with their children.
Yes.
So what do you expect? Sometimes men today, they are doing the same. At home, children are sided. Some are going with the father, others are going with the mother. So what do you expect?
So we need to prepare for our children's marriages, right? Well, actually, we are late. We should have started like from the beginning.
Yes, because from parenting, actually that will be another show, parenting styles and skills. The day the parents get to know that they are the photocopy of their children, they will never again say anything wrong in front of their children to their spouses. Women will not be ashamed of even abusing a husband there. So are the husbands. It is worse even.
Even beat in front of
even beating in front. There is like a video which was moving on social media. The man beating the wife, pulling the hair, and the children were seated there, looking and crying. So what do you think? There is a child I counseled at school. She told me she will never get married because there is nothing good in marriage. Beatings, the woman working like a donkey for the entire family with no support. I can support myself without a man and live. So see the mentality now that child has. But I really want to take this opportunity to thank my mom. And she has all sorts of names because of her. I don't know that I can call it good conduct. I don't know that I can call it what. But the way she took the husband and the entire community. Some call her Mungura, some call her Mbabazi. She would always tell you that if you want blessings and to live longer, just be good to people, do good things to people, never plan anything evil for people, and you will be blessed. So is my grandmother, who was the revivalist of 1939, she also used to do the same. So those two women in my life meant a lot. And I picked it that in order to be successful in a marriage, number one, you must have that love for everyone.
Whether they do what or what, you must love them.
There is nothing bad that will correct the bad. That's what I learned from them. Don't allow somebody to make you do bad because they are bad and have done bad to you. So I found myself now being immune. Actually, even today, you can plan and you can struggle to make me unhappy. You can struggle. And at one time, like at places of work where I have been, they would refer to me as, that woman also. They do all sorts of things. Lies. Eh? But and they don't believe. Am I not hurt? Don't I feel that? But they helped me and I got saved when I was young. And people couldn't even believe I would continue. But I continued slowly. You know, primary, grade 2, me, I'm a teacher. Like that. And no wonder I even got married to a man who is our neighbor. Same school.
Really?
He was my teacher. Same church. Same borehole.
So Mrs. Bitwire, I think for the sake of our viewers,
Yes.
what do you call a successful marriage?
A successful marriage is that marriage where there is mutual and a conditional love. And a conditional love between both parents, which now is instilled in the children and is sustained. And if there is any stain that comes in, definitely like any other people,
yes.
like today we are here. By the end of we close the program, I could have stepped on you. But how do you resolve that? And each time that comes in, you resolve it. Each time that one comes in, you resolve it positively. Do you know, like, trying to look for something good in any challenge, in any obstacle, in anything bad, so that you feel, if your husband has annoyed you, feel like, he did not intend it. This must have been an accident. Maybe he was annoyed from work. Maybe there is somebody who disturbed him. You know, that kind of a thing. And if I do it to my husband and he does it to me also, then you are now making marriage sustainable. And as you keep doing so, you are moving on. 1 year, 2 years in, 10, 30, 50. And you find that the years are going unknowingly. It doesn't mean that if it is successful,
there are no problems.
No, they are there. Especially when it comes to in-laws, when it comes to friends, neighbors, they are there. And especially when they see you are doing well, they try to redrive you, and they come in. But two, if you put in that prayer, the prayer where you feel things have run out of your hand, and you pray unceasingly and believing, you know, there is something different from just praying as we learned, as a poem. It's time for prayer, and you are done. But there is that prayer, and when you are praying, you feel like there is somebody answering you. You feel like you are relieved.
Yes.
If you have not reached that point, viewers who are seeing me, if when you are praying and you don't reach that point of feeling you are being answered, somebody is hearing you,
is being taken off you.
Exactly. Then you are not yet in prayer. I'm happy today in the Church of Uganda, there are prayer schools for training people on how to pray, even using scriptures, not just a matter of talking and it's a poem. Then when you come to parents, the dressing code, and more so, that one now comes to women. Women, you will excuse me, viewers, in a marriage where the dressing code of a wife is not proper, it will count a lot.
How does this contribute to our marriage being successful?
Yes, I would ask you, like, when you saw me or when I saw you, just from the outlook, how did you feel? Did you feel I'm respected? Did you feel, is this the woman coming to present? And there are some people you meet and you have that feeling.
Of course, you're like, what are you doing?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Putting on the right attire that is presentable for a mother. Look at the mother dressing kundusho, dressing something short here, dressing, yes, if they are these trousers so tight, showing the entire part here, the way you were created. And when you are moving with your husband, men are continuously looking
Staring
at you. As they are staring at you, in the head, the husband is like, what is this? And you find even those who are putting on short dresses, they begin
pulling them.
Now you have put it on, you know it is short. Now you are pulling it to come from where? Sincerely. And in the process, Vananga, you even dress such dresses to your girls. I will give you a scenario. One time I had, I'm attached to some schools as a counselor. So comes a child who has become rebellious at school with the boys, mad. Then they called the parent. Then they invited me. They said, now take them home, handle them. When I reached home, I was like on the girl. But what is the problem? Why are you? The girl was broad and bold. She said, from today, Auntie, I want you to be my mom. I said, why? Because all the blames you are putting on me, I have seen them, my mom do them. When my father is away in Mombasa, he's a driver for these long trucks, some men come in. Am I telling lies, my mom? The woman was like this. These dresses you see me dressing,
where do I get them from?
Is it me who buy them? And that's what she puts on. Oh my Jesus, the woman broke. She couldn't believe her ears. And she said, even I'm going to tell my dad, I know 4 men who have been coming in. You remember Mattia, who brought us fish? You remember Joshua, who brought us bananas? You're naming them. Now, what exactly? Will that girl get married and be stable? Do you see how we are a photocopy of our children? Do you see how they emulate us? And where we are not, even these baby girls, see what they are doing. They are handling babies. They are carrying them at the back. They are emulating. Let me be mommy. I always hear my grandchildren sometime when they are at my home. There is one time I was so amused. They divided themselves. I normally host a fellowship at home. So one of them was like, I'm going to be like Kaka. So to me today, I'm Kaka. Okay? Praise God! Praise Jesus! You hear that?
So that is what they're attributing to you.
Are you hearing that? That concept now is there. I want to be like Kaka. Meaning, even as the judges, the Kakas, the grandparents, we are still nurturing. We are still nurturing the what? The children. Right away. And to be successful, you need to be committed.
So minus just taking over or emulating our children, we need to be committed. How?
Committed. Number one, there are 3 entrances in marriage. how did you enter into your marriage? There is a triangle. This triangle, this side of the triangle, people who enter from here, they are like, you know what? Me, I'm going to marry simply because my mother married, my dad married, I saw aunties married.
It's the age for marriage.
I'm ready. No plan, no target. Even from the parenting from behind, it is like a culture, you know. There is this one here, the down one. These people are entering simply because either they are looking for wealth which they missed at home, or even if they have it at home, it's what they are used to. They want to continue in it. Cash, dress. Period. The rest.
As long as he has the money, as long as she has the
Karina
money.
changes the
Cars.
on birthdays, the gifts are cars. That's the life. Then there is that top part whereby the child who has been nurtured, just as I told you, and has seen the joy in the family. Remember, when you are nurturing your children, even when you have challenges, they don't see you. You finish them up in your rooms or elsewhere. But you hide from them. They never see you go, into those conflicts. So they believe for you are gods.
They don't fight.
By the way, parents, we are the god for the children on earth until they grow up and get to know. Otherwise, what you do is ever right. What you do is always good. So whichever you do, that is that. So from there, you grow up having that commitment. And commitment is total self-giving. I remember the first day I reached in my marriage. We shared as we were sharing. I said, by the way, I have come forever. And that is what my mom was telling me.
There is no going back.
There is no going back. And she was telling me, I got married near. She was like, why did you choose to get married so near like this? When they beat you, I hear.
You're going to be coming.
I said, they will not beat me. And I will never come back here. And I have maintained it. I go there like a visitor. I pass here from the stage. I pass my home. Then I continue. Where I'm born, I continue to where I'm married. But I pass there, go home, do everything at my home. Then I plan visiting. Just a few
coming back to visit.
So, commitment, total giving. That's why we make vows whether in sick till death. There is that total commitment.
So we've looked at the three people. There are those who just get married because it is time.
Yeah.
Then there are those who get married because of the means.
Yeah.
Or maybe for financial reasons, or because they're used to a particular way. Then there are those who get married because they are into this and they are committed.
They are committed. And they have seen it work with their parents. And they love it. So this calls for parents not to show grievances to their children. Either mother or father. Let them sort themselves elsewhere.
And then come up to...
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation about preparing for a successful marriage. And what we've had, for the parents, we are very late. Should have started like long time. But for the rest, if you get to have a child, start now. But also it's never late. We can start now and emulate the kind of marriage we want our children to have. Don't go away. I'm Fiona Mbowa, here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries.